Hey guys, today's video is going to be on parrying in For Honor. So what is parrying? Parrying is using a heavy attack to block and redirect an enemy's attack and allow you to guard break or land your own attack on them. It is one of the most powerful defensive tools available to you in For Honor, and many different combat styles revolve around successfully parrying enemies' attacks or preventing an enemy from parrying your own attacks and baiting out their parries so that you can parry their own attacks. So how do we practice parries? Well, it's pretty easy. Before you go into match against players, you want to go to how to play, and then you just go to duel practice. And you don't want a level 0 bot because a level 0 bot won't attack you at all. So let's just escape out of there, and we'll go to a level 3 bot. So you go into duel practice, you choose your character. So personally, my recommendation for new players for a character is the Kensei. The Kensei has no special, well, very few special effects. You don't need to know about the hidden stance like you have with the Nobushi. You don't need to know about various heavy or super armors such as Shugoki or Berserker. He is purely about getting proper feints in and opening up the enemy with the feints. So let's pick the Kensei and go into battle. So in duel practice, you are put up against an enemy bot, and you can set it for as many or as few as you'd like, but it's pretty simple. So here we have the Valkyrie bot. So there I got a parry off on her attack. And when you're doing parry practice, you don't really want to use really any, so I'm just gonna let her attack me. You don't want to be attacking them, you don't want to be trying to kill them, you just want to be focusing on getting off your parries and successfully guarding, really. So it's been a long time since I fought against Valk, so I might not get as many parries as I should here. There we go, there's a parry. There's a parry. Oh, it was too early there. So the trick to parrying is when the red indicator flashes is when you can successfully parry. And you can also use this to practice your guard breaks. So there's another parry, another parry. And if you can get to the point where you can successfully parry everything, that is a good point to be at. So of course, good players will feint their heavies, and certain classes can even feint their lights as well. There we go, there's another parry. Oh, missed that. Let's give her a quick. Oh, alright, she's gonna kill me here. Oh, no, she's not. Oh, she's out of stamina. Okay. She could still kill me. Another parry. And so this is all you really want to do. And then once you start fighting actual players, you'll at least have the reflexes to parry. Of course, oops, did not expect that. So of course, different classes require different timings. You cannot expect, for example, to be able to parry a new class's lights or even a lot of their heavies the first time you fight them, just because unless you have godlike reflexes, the timing is different for every class. So apart from just practicing general parries, you want to practice against specific classes that are giving you trouble as well. So if you're having trouble with, for example, Shugoki or Nobushi lights or Orochi lights, or maybe you're having trouble against Wardens, then loading up a duel and just putting it to 99 rounds and practicing parrying all their different abilities so that you at least have the timing is pretty much a godsend. So here you can see I'm starting to really get what the Valk is doing. And so one of the more advanced techniques you can do with parrying is you swing a heavy and you feint it right like that. And what I did there was I feinted the heavy. She used a heavy to try to parry me, and I used that to catch her parry. So I'll just kill her here. And so that is one of the most effective techniques you can use against an opponent that knows how to parry, but maybe doesn't quite understand more of the specifics about the game, or just goes for the parry every time you attack. If you notice someone that is parrying every time you attack, mixing it up is pretty much the best solution you really have. And then what you can do is you can just start letting them rip sometimes. Because, so I'm out of stamina here. Because once you condition them to always expect the first one to be a feint, then they'll stop trying to parry the first one, and you can get some chip damage off. So really, in the end, parrying is all about muscle memory, but it is one of the most useful skills you can really have in For Honor, as a lot of the guaranteed damage is off of parries. Because of the fact that you get a free guard break on almost every class after a parry, the parry really opens up the game and gives you a lot of damage you wouldn't have otherwise. So I'm just going to end this game here. As you can see, over the course of the match, I've started to parry almost everything the Valk is throwing at me. And really, it's just, especially if you've been away from the game for a while, or if you're a new player that wants to learn the parry timings, learning how to parry is one of the best things you can do, just to up your game to really the next level. And by the next level, I mean about probably the average level of the For Honor player. As I would say, most mid-level players in For Honor know how to parry with some regularity. And then, of course, you get to high-level games where you're fighting against parry lords that parry everything you send at them, and nothing you do works, and you rage quit and quit the game for several months. That is not a personal experience, by the way. Totally not a personal experience. So, parrying, definitely work on it. Try to work on it, especially for classes you have trouble with. If you're in duels and you notice yourself having a lot of trouble with, for example, Gladiator or Kensei, just load up a bot for 99 rounds and just start parrying round after round after round. And it feels pretty good as well, even if it's just a bot, to just be able to start putting it through its paces, parry everything it sends at you, and just win games fairly easily. Once you're used to that, you can start working on feints and some more advanced mechanics. But for the first mechanic to work on For Honor, parrying is probably the most important one there is. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you like it, and have a good one.